missing something.
Oh no. How many days till our next cruise?
I don't know.
How many has it been since we've been on a cruise ship?
Well, unfortunately, it's been about 62 days until we got off the Breeze. Speaking of the Breeze, we never did a review. So we figured, why not?
Yeah.
Let's do a review of the Breeze.
Let's do it.
Is that going to help our cruise blues?
Maybe.
No. It's not. But just for the record, we only have 155 days until we go on the next cruise.
Yay!
Which is Thanksgiving, what else one. But anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. It's all about the Breeze. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, hell no!
What you got?
So, first thing we're going to talk about is the good. This is just a few things we thought was amazing, couldn't have been better, or anything. Spoiler alert, it's our opinions. Please don't get mad at us because it's our opinion. Our opinion only. That's all.
That's it.
What's the first thing that was good, Amanda?
Embarkation.
Why was Embarkation so good?
Because you turned platinum.
Oh yeah, we were platinum. So guess what? We was on the ship welcoming the Faster to the Fun people. It literally took us 7-8 minutes from when we got to the terminal to get on the ship. We were on the ship, had our luggage at our room before the Faster to the Fun people got on the ship. We was the welcoming committee for the Faster to the Fun. Amazing. Platinum benefit perk number 1. Awesome. The second thing we thought was really good was our wait staff in the MDR. We had Kimmy, and I'd be lying if I said the guy's name, but we'll put a picture in. Anyways, they were amazing. They were great. We had 30 people in our food. We were in and out of there every night in an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes, except for formal night. Formal night's a little longer. It's always longer. So the wait staff in the MDR, amazing.
Yep.
What's the third thing, Amanda?
We cruised with our friends from Lalita Loca and the Cruise Geeks.
And
it was fun.
I'm sure everybody's seen the vlogs by now. We had a good time. If you haven't been on one of these group cruises, I highly suggest you get on one. This is what? This is our second one we've been on?
Mm-hmm.
Second one. And we have, I don't know, 5 more planned. I'm just kidding. 2 or 3 more planned. But definitely get on one of these ships. It's lots of fun.
Yep.
Okay, that was the things that stood out the most to us. So now we're going to go into the bad things, which these may not have been bad to some people, but we thought that they were a little iffy. They could definitely be better. And the first thing we thought was bad was the quality of the food. It seemed like it was hit or miss. There were some good things, there were some not so good things, but overall we thought the quality was probably around a B- to a C on the food level. So I don't know if it's just because we're getting just burnout with Carnival food or not. I'm not sure. Who knows? We have a couple different cruises with other cruise lines booked. Maybe a change is needed to appreciate the food. So,
yeah.
What is the next bad thing, Amanda?
The timing of the activities. So while we were eating dinner, there were things going on that we really wanted to do, like karaoke, and just some of their times were off.
Yeah, it was like karaoke was at 6 o'clock. Okay, we all had dining at 6 o'clock. I mean, you couldn't eat early dining and make it to any show other than the late show of, the production playlist. And you guys know we are not so much into that. We did watch Flick on this cruise. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as it was originally on the Vista. Yeah. So, but they could have did a little bit better job with the timing of the shows. The last thing we thought, even though the Breeze is highly recommended as one of the best ships, we thought the ship was very dated. And when I say dated, it seriously needs a good refurb, because it looked like, I think it's only like 6 years old. It looked like it's older than a Fantasy. I'm talking about it was pretty rough shape. So I don't know if it was the fact that it had too many people on it or we couldn't really enjoy it for the beauty of the ship, but it was pretty rough. We think that it needed a good cleaning, and we also thought it was the most rockiest ship we've ever been on. That didn't bother us, but for some of the people who get seasick easy, remember to bring medicine because it was very, very rocky, and we did not have very rough seas except the last sea day. And other than that, it was pretty calm, and it was a pretty rocky ship.
Yep.
So that was the things we thought were bad. Like I said, it might not have affected others. It was just things we saw. So now we're going to get into the ugly. And these things, we have another cruise booked on the Breeze with the Sharon at Sea and La Liga Loca group cruise in 2020. These things right here almost made us decide to cancel this cruise. We're going to try it again, and because the itinerary is great, we want to hang out with all these people again. So if it wasn't for that, we would cancel the cruise because of these three things. Number one was the security officers. We've never had any kind of problem with security, and when we go on vacation, we like to have fun. We have a couple cocktails, and it just seemed like one person in particular, I won't say any names, but they hounded us like crazy. And it was like we couldn't go around a corner without her watching us. It was very awkward and just very weird. The security seemed to let the kids run free. They were throwing pool balls into the ocean. They were throwing
up bean bags.
Yeah, the cornhole bean bags. We started with 7 at the Red Frog. By the last day, we had 1 that didn't have a hole in it, and it's just the kids. They were throwing them in the ocean and destroying them. And security was like, "Oh, they're kids. Just we ain't gonna worry about it." They didn't police the buffet lines with the swimsuits for kids. We saw them police a man. He didn't have his shirt on. He was told he couldn't come back in without his shirt, but there were some teenage girls that basically had no clothes on, and they turned the other way. They didn't say anything to them. So just a bad job all around, I think. If you're going to police it to adults, you need to police it to the teenagers and the kids. The ships are there for entertainment. If they're tearing them up, we can't enjoy them now or in the future. So they should have did a better job policing the teenagers, in our opinion. What's the next thing you thought was bad?
Disembarkation in the ports. So
Yeah.
getting off the ship was really bad. We've been on larger ships and never had that problem.
And what she's talking about is there's usually the first 2 days they had 2 gangways open, and it was a disaster. I'm talking about you could not get in a hurry getting off the ship. It'd take 45 minutes to get off the ship. Well, the second 2 port days they had 1 gangway open, so it was about an hour wait time just to get off the ship.
It was bad.
It was bad. And I know Amber Cove, everybody was late because they wouldn't let you back on the ship. I mean, it took forever to get back on the ship. Okay? It was extremely bad. I don't know why they did that. Horizon is a bigger ship. We never waited more than like 25 minutes getting on and off the ship. I'm talking about it was just horrible how they did it. I don't know why.
Yes.
And then the last thing we thought was just a nightmare. This probably ain't the cruise ship's fault. This is just probably time of the year. It was a spring break cruise. Okay, the Breeze is rated for 3,600 passengers, double occupancy. This ship had 4,600 people. Okay, and it was way overcrowded. I'm talking about it was hard to find a corner to go sit in without people just everywhere. The pools were crowded. Just the Lido deck was crowded. The Goofy Golf, you'd be sitting there trying to play Goofy Golf. The kids would run across your green that you were on. You couldn't play very good. I mean, it was just way too crowded. It made us think about the whole spring break thing. We probably won't try to go on another spring break cruise around that time. If we do, it's just going to have to be an amazing deal or an amazing itinerary or something because, yeah, it was just way too crowded. We did not enjoy it as much as we would have normally. But yeah, that's pretty much a review. I mean, we have some vlogs out. If you hadn't watched them, we have a playlist over there. They pretty much go in order from beginning to the end of the cruise ship. Check them out if you like. We try to show things on the ship and the ports if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. But this is going to wrap up our Carnival Breeze review. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you haven't already, like the channel, please consider subscribing. And until next time,
Happy cruising.
happy cruising.
Get your card because we don't have one today.
And Amanda, we can't cruise yet. We can't cruise because we don't have one booked right now. Bye, everybody.
Bye.